Hello, my fellow humans. Welcome on into another reading. My name is Karisa. If you are new, welcome. We have many new subscribers on this channel, so welcome to everyone that is new. So happy to have you here. Today, we are going to be doing a weekly reading, weekly messages from your higher self. What does your higher self have in store for you this week? Okay, so first off, these two just came jumping out. So we have the Ace of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Okay, let's see. Self-sabotage blocking you from attaining this new fulfilling beginning. Your ego is playing the victim, or your ego is forming some form of illusion in your mind that makes this Ace of Cups new fulfilling beginning unachievable. So your mind is kind of playing tricks on you, making you believe that maybe your wishes, your desires are further away than they appear. Maybe it's that they're never going to come into fruition. Maybe you've been working on something for a long time and there's still nothing. There's still this energy of unfulfillment or dissatisfaction, something like that. So you're like, what is blocking? You're trying to figure out this block this week. So your higher self is letting you know there is a block. There is a block this week. I mean, aren't there always blocks every week? But okay, what is this block that your higher self is trying to get you to be aware of? What is this block? And by the way, guys, if this resonates with you, you know what to do. Make sure to give me a like. Subscribe if you enjoy these readings. Comment, let me know if these resonated with you, these messages. But okay, what to be aware of, higher self this week. What to be aware of. Okay, so we have the King of Swords, which came out in my pre-shuffling before I recorded. King of Swords, the Two of Wands. Oh, sorry, the Three of Wands. I got this earlier for a personal reading on myself. And the Devil, which I also got in a personal reading for myself. Yeah, once again, there's an illusion. The Devil energy, that's all about illusion, creating false beliefs in your mind, believing those false beliefs, making things harder than they need to be, maybe not seeing a way forward in a particular situation. But this is the King of Pentacles saying you do know the way forward. There is a way forward. You may not be seeing it right now because you're too focused on the lack of things or the lack of progression moving forward, or the lack of money in your bank account, lack of love in your life. There could be a lack of something and you're focusing on the lack. But your higher self is like, no, you know the way. You know where to shoot. You just need to not focus on the gap and focus on what it is that you want, really. What it is that you truly want. And I know I'm going through this at the moment, but if you've been trying to manifest something for a very long time and it's like still not manifesting, and you've tried many different alternatives to try and make this manifestation come in, and you're still not really seeing the benefits or seeing the results of your manifestation coming true, it could be that the door is not meant to open either ever or at this time. It could be that you're trying to manifest something that is for like your future self, like years into the future, months into the future. But right now there's something different that you could be manifesting, or something different that you could be focusing on. So there feels like a lot of like strife with attaining your desire, because the Ace of Cups, that's all about like this new beginning, this new fulfilling cycle. Basically the universe handing you a cup and being like, here you go, here is your dreams, here are your wishes, whatever. So this is like about manifestations coming in. And then so we're creating illusion. There's maybe toxic energy, negative thought patterns, something around you that's keeping you stagnant, that's keeping your manifestations coming into fruition. So I got this card last week when I was doing a personal reading on myself. So how I interpreted this was like basically seeing myself on like the top of my castle, like the top of my empire, and my manifestations are trying, like they're literally right at the tip of like the edge, right about to like jump on and be a part of my physical reality, these manifestations, but there's something blocking the way, right? There's like that gap, there's that empty space. So look back at your manifestations and think, like, what's the why behind it? What was the purpose of you trying to build or trying to gain, trying to attract this manifestation? And does it still vibe with who you are now, this manifestation? So for me personally, it had to do with like my work, and I was like trying to manifest a certain way of work, but that was like my desire 2 years ago. So, and I've been trying to make this reality work for me, and trying to manifest this like vision for myself. And for 2 years now, well, 1 year really, but like 2 years, but I've been trying to make this same manifestation come to fruition, and it still has not been coming to fruition. And so I had to really look back and think like, okay, is this actually what I still want? Because if something is still not manifesting for me, and I've literally given it my all, tried everything, invested a lot, whatever, and it's still not coming in, that could mean that the manifestation is not for you at this time, or it's just not meant for you in general. So maybe this desire that you have or this thing you want is not meant for you at this moment, and so you need to be doing something else first, and then in time you can transition into like whatever it is that you are currently wanting. But it feels like there's something different here. There's like a new path that wants to be shown, but you're focusing on the past path. You're focusing on the past path, and so this new path is not able to come into existence just yet. So what is this new path all about? What is this new path all about? I want to know. What is this new path all about? All right. I saw the Sun card. New path is all about finding your bliss again, being joyful, being playful, having like a good time, enjoying life, not being stressed out, not being worried about the next day, the next week. This is about literally living in joy, finding your joy and living in it. Once again, I was talking previously about like that transition from being in the feminine energy being in the masculine energy of like force, do, work, struggle, whatnot, moving into the feminine way of being and doing and living, which is all about flow, creativity, joy, living from your heart, basically. And not from your mind, not from what's more practical or what makes more sense logically, even though it might take back from your happiness. We're transitioning into a new way of being, which is why there's like that struggle right now, because we're so focused, we're so used to like working hard. I mean, working hard is good, right? Working hard with divine action is what we're meant to be doing. But I'm talking about like that hard work of like struggle and like dissatisfaction, and whatnot. We're not meant to be working that way anymore. We're meant to be working with more joy. But it's different because when we work with joy, we think we're being unproductive, and we think things aren't really, oh wow, a lot of cards came out. Okay, that's a lot of cards. Well, the Ace of Cups came out twice, so confirmation that this new beginning is truly here. Truly here. We just have to get out of our own way. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, getting out of this victim mentality mindset. This like, woe is me, nothing goes my way. Or just like fears of the universe pulling the rug underneath your legs, having your whole life go kaput, having that fear. Letting go of that fear, which is going back to the wind. Going back to this self-sabotage and devil energy, right? Because this is about living in fear. We become fearful, right? And then when we're fearful, when we're living in this energy, how are we able to attract things of this energy, right? So we attract what we are, what we vibrate at. So if we're vibing at this fear level of, I need to watch out for everything, the universe is going to fuck me over again, oh my gosh, I'm scared, what's going to happen, this, that, the other, lacking trust, that is going to keep you away from this new beginning. This new beginning, that's all here. It's all here. And Nine of Cups came out as well, and that is all about wish fulfillments coming true. Wishes granted. And so the divine is asking you to connect. I know I get this message often, like I need to connect with the divine to understand how I'm moving forward. And that's the thing. So we, myself included, as humans, we get very frantic when we don't know what's next, and we don't know what way to move forward, and we don't know what we want out of life anymore. We can go frantic because we're like, oh my gosh, I need to know the answers. I need to figure it out. Like I need to know, right? We get very fearful. But this card is saying, even if you have zero idea where you are at right now, where you want to be going, how you're going to bring in more money or more happiness or more love, or whatever the case is for you, being in fear is just a waste of energy, waste of time, because you can be focusing on what you want to create rather than what you don't want to create. And this card is also saying you don't have to know all the answers. Your soul knows all the answers. Your brain, your ego doesn't know all the answers. And that's why it flips out when it doesn't know the next answer moving forward, right? But your soul always knows, which is why it's so important to connect to your soul. These cards. The wind. Was not prepared. Was not prepared for all this. But yes, so this card is saying you do not need to know all the answers. As long as you go within, tap into your soul, tap into your innate knowledge, you will know the way. You will feel the way forward. But if you're caught up in your head, you can't tap into your heart. So tap more into your heart space. If you're feeling lost and you don't know what direction to take, tap into your soul. Your soul knows the way. But this card also came out. So the 10 of wands, sorry, not wands, the 10 of air, which is all about mental energy. It's like you're causing your own chaos, right? He's like falling from the stairs. Like I don't even know which way this card goes. But yeah, he's just like causing his own turmoil because he's so much in his head. And he's thinking. But really, we need to be feeling. Using your heart as your navigation system, not your mind. I'm not saying to like completely put your brain to the side and not think logically at times, but using your heart to navigate the way forward is what is going to help you get over whatever you're dealing with right now. And it feels, yeah, there's like a stagnancy here. Like there's no progression forward at the moment because you're caught in this like sticky trap of not knowing what you want to do, not knowing what you're here for, and also like not really knowing what makes you happy. You might not even understand what makes you happy or what really lights you up. But you're being asked to tap in to your heart space because we have two new beginnings here, two different decks. We have the 9 of Cups, wish is granted. Wish is granted, happiness granted. This is what you're meant to be vibing at. This is your true nature right here. But living in this 3D world that causes chaos and havoc, and our ego that likes to create nonsense in our minds, this is the energy that we're currently vibrating at, right? So it's transmuting this. So your higher self is saying, notice that this is just all self-created. All of this chaos, all of the turmoil, all the illusion that you're creating in your head, it's self-made, okay? But your higher self wants you to know that happiness is in store for you. Happiness is in store. And also to look at the intentions behind your manifestations. If your intention does not include because it makes you fucking happy as hell, or because you love it so damn much and you like really want to manifest this because it's the greatest for yourself and the greatest good of humanity, if it's not any of those, then maybe it's time to revamp your manifestation or try to manifest something new. So if the door is not opening, there is purpose behind it. The door is not meant to open for you at the moment. So move forward in a different direction. And there could be like a sigh of relief. I know for myself, like when I figured out like, oh, I'm trying to manifest an old desire. Like I actually don't want this desire anymore. And I'm still trying to manifest it. Like I need to let it go and do something new, even though I put so much time, so much energy, so much money into my past manifestation. It doesn't ignite me as much as before. So like it doesn't give me this type of energy of like freedom, fun, joy, happiness. And so I have to let it go. But it was actually like such a relief to let go of that past desire and try to manifest it, because it actually caused more of a burden for me to like continue manifesting that certain thing. Like it was more of a burden. It felt like a force, like I have to do this, and it felt more of like a chore, and it wasn't fulfilling anymore. And so it was actually very much of a relief. And I was like, oh, I get to manifest something new, yay, what's next? Like I gained more excitement that way, because I was like, fuck yes, like I get to create something new, something that actually makes me happy, lights me up again. So you might be feeling the same way too, like might feel like a sigh of relief with like, okay, like I am allowed to start something new. And that's another thing, like self-acceptance and like giving yourself your permission, giving yourself a permission slip to be like, okay, you've been working on this maybe for 10 years, 5 years, however long, but it's not working anymore. You're still trying to force it. It's still not working. Give yourself the permission slip to put that to bed and start something new. Because if it does not give you happiness and joy, then why do you continue? So yeah, your higher self is just like, girl, boy, new time. This is a new slate, completely new slate. So drop what feels heavy, drop what doesn't feel good anymore, regardless of how much energy, time, money, whatever you put into whatever you're trying to manifest. Let it go, put it to bed, start something new. Start tapping into that heart space. What does my heart want now? Because it's obviously different, right? We change every single day, every single week, every year. We change. We have different manifestations. We have different desires that we want to attain. So allow yourself the freedom to start anew completely, even if it's scary, even if you don't know the way forward, or you don't know how it's going to work out, or whatever. Just having that trust, going back to having that trust in the universe that things are going to work out regardless. As long as your heart and soul is in it, it's going to work out. Right? But if your heart and soul is not in it, then it's not going to work out, which sucks, right? If like you look at it on the physical, like, oh yeah, trying to get this thing going, it's not happening, not working. But if it's not what is meant for you, then it's not going to work out. And so the universe is going to push you in a different direction in order for you to change and revamp your situation. But if it's bringing you happiness and joy and you love it, then that's your indication. That is the way forward. So follow your heart, tap into your heart, let go of the illusion in your mind, and there's always a way forward. Your soul knows the way. So tap into your higher self. Your higher self is like, hey, talk to me, please. So meditate. Ask your higher self some questions. See if you can figure out any answers or hear any answers, if you can quiet yourself quietly enough. Anyway, my lovelies, this was a beautiful reading as always. Once again, if it has resonated with you, make sure to give me that like. It really helps the channel out. And subscribe if you enjoy my content. If you did want to book a personal reading with me, you can find that link in the description box below. But apart from that, I wish you guys a beautiful week ahead, and I will see you guys in my next video.